Howdy folks, Richard Victory here, playing Wargaming's new game, or at least new to me, which is World of Warships. I was in the closed beta, but hadn't yet hit a game I really wanted to publish a video on, really show off some of the adventure and fun of what this thing is capable of. I tried Wargaming's prior offering, which was World of Tanks, didn't like it, never got past Tier 4, it was unfun. There's just no other way to put it. I don't know if it was a combination of reflexes, playstyle, whatever, but certainly it just never really struck me as a fun way to spend time. So for my tanks and planes, I play War Thunder, but when I got a chance to get into the open beta, so the closed beta, my apologies, for World of Warships, I jumped at it, and it was a lot of fun. So here's a game I played yesterday, now that we're into open beta, and this is the Yubari, Japanese click cruiser. Great little ship. It plays more like a heavy destroyer, as far as I'm concerned at least, than a proper cruiser. Particularly if you're used to American cruisers, which is just a constant stream of gun shells slamming into the target. You have to play the Yubari, as far as I'm concerned, much differently than that. So somebody asks, Minoris asks straight up what we're doing, and I figure if I don't say, no one will say, so I say A and B. And from there we're going to push from A and B once we've got those two areas secured down into C. Of course it's a 3-cap domination, we've got to control 2 points or we're likely going to lose. If the enemy team has got 2 points, it means they're just outperforming you. So yeah. So set off with the formation heading towards point A. I try and avoid running the battleships as much as I can. Battleships have the right of way. They've got turn radiuses measured in they've got a stopping distance greater than my turn radius. So expecting them to get it in my way is just stupid. Not going to happen. I tuck in behind this battleship. My thought is that if there's a battleship ahead of me, no one's going to be looking at me. Everyone, in fact, fixates on the battleships. Big guns, long range. So, steaming along behind this fellow here, and making way. One of the things I do tend to do is use the autopilot. If I'm just going somewhere, it frees me up to do other things. I set the autopilot up, pick a destination course, and start steaming. So, at this point, we haven't really seen much of the enemy. There's not a lot going on. A little bit of shell fire being exchanged over towards point B, enemy destroyer over there. So I call in the carriers to put some fighters and bombers over B. The 2 carrier drivers we had on our team were fantastic. I don't know if you saw earlier, but at one point they had one guy, torpedo bomber squadron, flying orbits around our friendly battleship, so that as soon as we detected something, those torpedo bombers were acting as spotters for us, and then they could immediately vector out onto whatever we detected or they detected. Now at this point, one of the team members calls A as clear, but I'm looking at the map and I'm counting 2 battleships and a cruiser and a whole bunch of air force going that way. So I tell everybody, no, there's incoming on B, 2 cruisers. Then the cruiser up ahead, Wild Sauce, calls out that he's under air attack from one of the enemy carriers. So yeah, it looks like the big fight is going to be A. Now, at this point, I realize that what I'm looking at is not enemy ships, but what I'm looking at is islands with enemy ships behind them. So if I can't see them, they can't see me. So they're clearly opening fire on the lead cruiser. Our battleship is turning broadside to start unloading. So I change my course and head straight for that island group that's between us and them. What I'm hoping to do is to get into torpedo range, undetected. This is sort of American destroyer tactics. Use the terrain, not get seen. My detection radius is around 10 kilometers. It's 9.9, 10.2, depending. My gun range is wider than that, so I'm already in firing range. And if I pull my triggers right now, everybody up here is going to see me. So I don't shoot. I stay tucked in close. I know the islands are good for a kilometer or two of additional detection protection. They break line of sight. So though my targets are being lit up by the by my friendlies that are, quote, around the corner, they can see them. So I'm steaming based on what I'm being told, as opposed to, you know, what I can see directly. So my torpedoes are good at 7 kilometers, so I've got to get inside 7 to fire. And there we are. I'm inside 7 on the cruiser. He has no idea I'm here. So I'm setting up. Narrow spread on the torpedoes. I've been detected. At this point in time, they're focusing on the battleship and the cruiser they know about. So what I need to do is get them to pay attention. So I put a spread of torpedoes, second spread of torpedoes, and immediately switch to guns. I don't want them looking in the water. I want them focusing on the shells. So, firing high explosive, put a couple of rounds into the cruiser, and sure enough he sees me and says, "Hey, look, it's clearly a Yubari shooting at me." So he starts returning fire. He's now focusing on me. He's zoomed into his gun view. He's not paying attention to the bigger picture. Enemy fighters and torpedo bombers overhead, and there's the torpedo spread, and too late he sees them. Full spread of torpedoes. He's down. At this point I realize I can see the enemy carrier, so I immediately start turning south, heading for it. And it's at that moment, to my horror, I realize that one of the enemy battleships has turned around. He's figured out that I'm on my way to do a job on his friendly carriers, and he's not going to let that happen. The closer battleship unloads on me, broadside, hits me with I think he was firing high explosive. He did very little actual hit point damage, but did turrets and things like that. So I think that was high explosive, not armor piercing. If that had been armor piercing, I'd have been dead. So again, same trick. I'm firing a few shells. I want him zoomed in on me. Put a spread of torpedoes in the water, wait a few seconds, second spread of torpedoes, go back to guns, and start pounding him with high explosive. Do a turn, give him something obvious to shoot at. He turns towards me. I fired well outside of 7 kilometers. That's 7.25 or something. The bet was is that he would turn into the torpedoes to chase me, and there he goes. I'm harassing him with high explosive. He's trying to get a firing solution on me, and just about now he sees the torpedoes and tries to turn away. Too late. I hit him with every torpedo. That's my second kill. And, uh-oh, that's an enemy battleship. So I had turned to head south, again after the carrier. The carriers have seen me, they're worrying. I've got enemy aircraft heading in on me, and an enemy battleship at 7 kilometers. Okay, 7 kilometers, that's my friendly number. This is what I call a picket fence shot. I have no expectation of hitting this guy with torpedoes. I just don't want him getting any closer. I'm not ready to fight him. So I put 2 spreads of torpedoes, and then completely forgot there was an island there, and steer right into it. Fire the second spread of torpedoes, just blind shot. If that battleship driver hadn't been worrying about a friendly destroyer that had just popped up in his detection range, I would have died here. But he's worrying about the destroyer. He doesn't put an end to me. The carriers are launching torpedo shots at me. There's one of them. He's crippled already. I put some shells into him. I'm hard rudder, full astern, get my nose off the island. Immediately come up to full power, swing the rudder hard around the other way, get myself tucked in against the island, trying to hide from this battleship and any further air attack. And there's the... you can see I'm shooting down enemy aircraft that are approaching me, trying to line up. There are more torpedoes in the water. Yubari thankfully turns tight even at full power. Misses with the torpedo shot. I put another spread in the water. It's in the picket fence strike. I don't want him too close to me. He's worrying about that destroyer. I'm shelling him here. He's seen the torpedo strike, he's turning away, Oh, he's killed the friendly destroyer. That means all he's got to look at is me. Okay, fair enough. Keep putting the shells into him. I need him to make a mistake. And there's the mistake. He continues the turn. So now his guns are all facing the wrong way. No, he pre-warmed the turn. He's got his guns turned towards me now. That's not good. Okay. Okay, the carriers aren't done with me. More torpedo bombers. So I'm trying a maneuver to put torpedoes in the water and deal with this battleship, who's now opened up on me. Almost has the range. He does have the range. That was his dispersion. He hit me otherwise. Torpedoes in the water behind me. Trying to maneuver for the second torpedo shot. Okay, just torpedo strike takes out my engine. Yeah, repair it right away. Cannot afford that.
Problem solved, sir.
Another hard hit from that battleship. More torpedoes. The carriers really do not want me anywhere near them. And he's not paying attention. There's my torpedoes still running through. Got him. Oh, no, he's still alive. Okay, keep hitting with high explosive, I guess. Thankfully, got him. And his last strike takes out my main turret. I don't have anything I can repair, and I'm on 2,000 health, 2,200 health. Okay, now we're about to win. So I've got the engines full wide open. I want those carriers. They're on the other side of the island, hiding from me. I can see where their planes have been moving in and out. So I'm moving as fast as I can, trying to get lined up on this island. All I need is detection. No, we capped it out. I'd like to say I was thwarted, but yeah, you can't argue with that result. 35 hits, 8 torpedo hits, 8 floods, 3 kills, just two medals. It was a great game. Undoubtedly the best I've played. I think it was over 2,000 experience points by the time everything was done. So really pleased with this. Hope you enjoyed watching. And more importantly, I hope that you get a sense of why I absolutely love playing this game. You'll get 10 very average games, but you get one like this, and it's absolutely fun. It's absolutely worth it. So thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.